Alright, we are back. I just grabbed a quick bite to eat. We're off. We're gonna go try and blow up another reactor. Hey, drunk. Final Fantasy VII, there's a lot of adult things in here. Cloud is not emo, by the way. Like, it was such a misnomer about Cloud. He's this, prick, but he's really not. He's kind of goofy. And I kind of want to point that out as we go along. They have some emo guys in here. Sephiroth, emo. That dude is goth and just wrong and just wrong. We're jumping off this train. Got it? 'So we got a high potion and a phoenix down. We're jumping off a moving train. We're geniuses. At least we're not suplexing a moving train. I guess I should move. So we got some items there. We got a high potion, a phoenix down. Awesome. I think we should level ourselves up a bit. And there's a way we're going to do that. But yeah, I think we're doing fairly well. What's our gil look like? 55 gil. Yeah, we gotta make that work. This is a little secret of Final Fantasy VII. There's a door here with endless Shinra soldiers. We want to fight them. Gosh darn it. Slow. One second, I'm going to adjust something. That might be better. We'll see. I have to adjust my bar there. My stream bar. I wish I didn't have to have one. But I don't make the rules. Oh, I got a random battle. Alright. Again. You stop hitting her. Gee whiz. Not even enough to kill it. Ugh. Yeah, it's fine. Alright. Now for an endless supply of experience. Oh, he missed. Gosh darn it. I'm gonna sit here and get pummeled. So there we go. endless supply of experience points. A lot of people wouldn't know this is here, and they would be sad. Cloud, you're killing me. Seriously, Cloud. You gotta do better. Very good. Nice little crit there for Lauren. Good job. I don't know what level we want to get to. I'd like to get Lauren to double digits. That would be ideal. There we go. Back on in we go. See, they're back. Bravers Unleashed. think you missed. Luckily, I did not. Okay. An antidote. Cool. Two crits. Nice. Level 9. Doing just fine. Another antidote. Those antidotes are good. They're poison cures, so I will take them. I'm very excited about the Final Fantasy 1 through 6 remakes, or the 2D versions coming out. I just wish they'd come out on Switch. Steam's okay. I own Steam, so that's where I'm going to buy them. At least 1, 3, 5, and 6. I'll wait on 4. 4 I have the PSP version. 1 I have the PSP version, so I might wait and see on that, but we'll see. If they make 3 the way they do on the NES, I kind of want to get that. There's Brock hitting level 11, that's good. Another antidote, also good. I can have a very big sum of antidotes by the time I leave this area. Item there, but still money, and obviously experience points, but definitely money. Hoping you go after Brock, not one of us. Good. Taken care of. Another antidote. I'm joking about these antidotes. I'm not. I'm building up a massive supply. It's money I don't have to spend. These guys definitely are getting the drop on me, like all the time. Not enough. At least I know 50 is not enough. It's kind of potentially going to be annoyed there. Another antidote. 1600 gil. People are going to say, why are you getting so much grinding in this? You don't need to. It's an easy game. I know. 99. 1,000 Something. No, he's gonna stand there and get shot at. Okay. That's why I'm annoyed. Good. Hey, look, another antidote. Antidotes. Might as well send out a cure. Cure sent. Hey, look, another antidote. I know 70 will do it. Alright. I think 60s will do it. Alright. Couple level ups there. Nice to have me level up. One level up. Yeah, a grenade. We'll take it. No way should that other guy get a turn before Cloud. That's ridiculous. Thank you. I was gonna say, no. No. So there we go. Another antidote. Miss once, I gotcha, so all good. Cool. No item. Oh, I actually got it off before I did. Action economy, very important in D&D, very important in Final Fantasy. 346. Another grenade, nice. Something I'll never use. I didn't mean to run. Yeah, whatever. They really hate Lauren. I don't know what it is, but they don't like her at all. Alright, well, another battle. How's the material looking? Okay, 365 and 194. And 2 criticals on Brock. Jeez. Okay. That's 362. They're pummeling Brock. It's a good thing he's in the back row. Oh, you missed. Hooray. We got Brock to the next level. He's level 12. And there's another antidote. So he's almost 500 hit points. You never knew. I could have crit. Thank you, Braver. Let's get Lauren leveled up here. Very good. Oh, look, another antidote. Now 387 health. my internal goal was to level up her to level 10 and get 3,000 gil, so I got to level 11 and I'm going to go over 3,000 gil, so I consider that successful. Takes care of 2 of them. Finish them off. And it does. Hooray! Hooray! 158. Alright. Hey, look, another antidote. I did not expect all the antidotes, to be honest. I thought we were going to get a bunch of grenades that I would never, ever, ever contemplate using. I got rid of one. I'm not even mad. Okay. There's a grenade. Me being a higher level than I wanted to be is okay because I'm about to go into a trap. Bye, Felicia. There we go. $479? Alright, we're doing fine. Get rid of him. See, he's already on his second weapon, so... Cloud is not. $34.31. It's amazing what a little grinding in the beginning will do for you. Got rid of him. Let's get rid of this guy. Oh, I really got rid of that guy. Alright. Hi! This is the regular Final Fantasy VII, it's just for the Xbox. The Xbox One re-release of the regular Final Fantasy VII. This is not the remake. Yeah, this is not the original PlayStation. They re-released these on all the new gen systems, or the previous gen systems now, but to me, this is the way to play. Can you get this on an emulator? Probably. Final Fantasy VII was released for just about everything, like PC, PlayStation 1, and then remade for the PS4, Switch, and Xbox One, so I don't see why you couldn't get it on an emulator. Though I don't know if they have very good PlayStation 1 emulators yet. I know they've struggled with that. The PlayStation's been kind of a finicky girl. Super Nintendo was very easy. I mean, but yeah, this is... You can get this on the PC, on Steam, and mod it and it would look better than this. Trust me, it's still the blocky characters during the open world. It's not. They don't look like this in the open world. There are PC mods that make it so these sprites are actually, or these character models are the ones. Oh, you don't know how to mod things? It's actually Final Fantasy VII's not easy to mod, so I wouldn't recommend starting there. You can break the game pretty easily. But modding's not hard. It's actually fairly simple, especially on Steam because they have the workshop, and you don't have to really do anything. It just you download the mod from the workshop and it's there. No, I would never do Final Fantasy VII to start your modding career. Simply because Final Fantasy VII is not meant to be modded. You're better off with a Bethesda game like Fallout or Skyrim or Morrowind or Oblivion, something like that. If you go to nexusmods. I believe it's .com, it might be .net. They give you good instructions on modding. This is just the Xbox One version of this game. There's nothing special about it. It just kind of they ported it over. That's all it is. There's nothing unique or special about this at all. But if you're studying C++, you might have better luck at I tried modding my Final Fantasy build on the PC and it botched. Oh, Steam. And then go to Nexus Mods and the mods are there. You can do some interesting things with it. There's... What language? I don't understand C++ stuff. Sorry. English. That would be language I understand. Sorry, I don't do C++. Like I said, this is an Xbox. I am a nerd. I'm not that hyper of a nerd. I took like 3 courses in college, and that was 14 years ago. So coding is not my thing. I just understand how, like, where to put the mod. But that's just because I've been modding video games on PC since Morrowind, and that's been 2002. Like, I don't make mods, I just install them and play with them. Programming is not my strong suit. Yes, there's actually there's a couple mods for Final Fantasy VII that are complete overhauls. No, I have no interest in coding. I don't have time for coding. I appreciate it, I don't have time for the coding. I'm done with that. I have friends that are in the computer industry, and they have avoided it. This is the very beginning. I'm going to blow up Reactor 5, the second reactor, right before Cloud meets Aerith. That was just a detour that not too many people knew about. When you get off the train, because it sets the alarm off, and you get off the train, and instead of going towards the reactor, you go the other way. And they have an infinite spawning Shinra guard there, and you can farm for XP. Big question? Okay. My favorite trio? Man. Cloud, Barret, Sid. I don't like Red 13 very much in this game. After the mid-game, I don't think Tifa's got a good enough limit break because it's a random attack. Like, it doesn't just target one enemy, it just goes after everything. Yuffie's terrible. Why is Vincent not part of your team? I don't like losing control of Vincent when he gets his limit break. I like his story the best in the game. I don't like the way he handles. I don't like losing control of a character. I like nitpicking RPGs, like micromanaging. Oh, Yuffie's terrible. She's the worst. She literally brings the game to a stop because she steals all of your materia. I hate her so much. She's worst ninja. The thing I miss about the old games is the job system. I wish these newer games had the job system. That's why I like Final Fantasy XII Zodiac Age is probably my favorite Final Fantasy game. Because 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 all give you characters that are set jobs. And I like assigning jobs to people, making them what I want them to be. Tactics is fun on the PSP. That's where I played Tactics. The PlayStation version wasn't my favorite. I don't remember which one of these I gotta go up. I only decided to play Final Fantasy VII because I haven't played it in a long time. This is the first one I ever played. And then I went back and played Origins for 1 and 2. 2 was terrible. Everyone says 13's the worst. They didn't play 2. I actually really enjoy 3. What the hell? I don't want to use magic. But Tactics was fun. Tactics, I really enjoyed the story, and I like that type of game. I like Fire Emblem. I like the Final Fantasy Tactics. I like strategy games because you can really micromanage those things. I don't miss random encounters. I really don't. I'm actually excited for the re-releases of 1 through 6. I really want to play 6 2D and 3 2D. I didn't like the graphics of 3 on the DS and the Steam. So I'm looking forward to playing the potential of playing the Nintendo version of 3. Because I think it's a really underrated game, and I think I went the wrong way. Nabbit, I didn't. Okay, I didn't. Yeah. But I think it's a game that people don't like because the final dungeon. No, I never played the Game Boy ones. I watched a stream of them because I never got the opportunity to play the Game Boy version. Oh man. Which sucks because they looked a lot of fun. I had a Game Boy back in the day. I just didn't have Final Fantasies for them. I didn't know that I didn't know it was a thing when I had the Game Boy. But I was like, how old was I when I had the Game Boy? I was 7. So I didn't know anything about Final Fantasies or anything like that. That's what I was looking for, the save point. I found out about him because YouTube there was a Let's Play, and someone played through all. I think there were 3 of them, if I remember right. I may not be remembering right, but they looked very enjoyable, and I'm sad I didn't get a chance to play them because I really wanted to, but they didn't exist. Like they existed, but not on my Game Boy. I was more of a Game Gear guy myself anyway. I was more of a Sega dude. I was not a Nintendo nerd. When we come back to a thing, there'll be a dragon here. Right there. This is not a dragon. I'm surprised Twitch doesn't get angry with the music. Last time I tried playing, because I played through Final Fantasy 15 on Twitch, and it was not happy with me. My first episode of that was like 6 hours long, and it muted me, and that made me sad. 15 was underrated to me. As far as I know, this is just a port. I got through about half of this game on the Xbox last time, so I imagine so. Yeah, I don't actually know. I remember that being a thing. I don't know. Well, that was an actual feature. Like, that wasn't just like a glitch. That was an actual thing. I never got to the chocobo races in this game on the Xbox yet. Yes, I remember that one. I'm pretty sure it is, because when Square made Final Fantasy VII, they took what they learned from the magic system of Final Fantasy VI, which nobody played, and they hyped it up. They buffed it up so you could break the game. Like they intentionally made this 7 and 8, 8 especially, so you could break the game with the materia system. It was like those things were intentional. They wanted people to do that. Especially for the super bosses, which I will eventually play one day. I will play them again. I beat both of them on the PlayStation. But yeah, no, I totally remember spamming the heck out of different combinations to make situations better for me, like Final Attack, Phoenix, and stuff like that. Miming Knights of the Round. This is gonna take a while. They do not like Tifa. Oh, thank you for the follow, by the way. Anytime my nerd friends and I were like, which Final Fantasy would win the fight? In terms of power, or like just best Final Fantasy? Like character versus character? Okay. 6 would win. 6 would win because 6 has 14 playable characters. and they're all really good. And they're broken. When 6 comes out for the 6 is out for the Steam, but don't buy it. Team versus team, I'm telling you, 6 would still win. Because 6 you could break the mechanic. You think you can break 7. 6 was a joke. Oh, this sucks. How would Final Fantasy VII lose? They can't break the damage limit. I could put Final Fantasy X against you and do 99,999 damage. And have that much health. Final Attack Phoenix. That was the broken attack. Final Attack Phoenix was the broken attack, and then what you would do is you would cast 4 times Knights of the Round, and then mime it with everybody, and then it would just use the 250 MP from the original caster. So that would break the game. But I mean I could probably beat, if I was gonna do it like that, Final Fantasy VIII characters could break Final Fantasy VII characters in half because of the junction system being broken. Like I said, Final Fantasy X characters would wall up Final Fantasy VII characters because Final Fantasy X characters can break the damage limit. Yuna, she could cast Veil 4, and it's an automatic delay attack, so it just keeps attacking all the characters until they're dead. Literally, that's a game-breaking summon. It's the first one you get, because it has delay attack. And then the enemy can't attack. And it's game over. Even if you have Final Attack Phoenix, because unless Phoenix takes down Veil 4, that's it. Like, there's only so many final attacks you can do. I hate this part. One, two, I missed. 1, 2, 3. Dang nabbit. I am so bad at this. Yep. I'll get this in 10 minutes. That first one was my best chance. There we go. First try. I've hated that since the first time I played it. I hated that part. time. Not a boy, Barrett. I call him Brock. I name my characters after my friends. Nuts. Yep, Final Fantasy VII characters are... The materia system's one of the better battle systems in Final Fantasy. Not the most balanced, but it's fun. I probably should have healed. That's okay. I'm actually surprised anybody wants to watch this. Like, would want to sit through Final Fantasy VII again. To me, Final Fantasy VII's kind of a janky game. It's my first, so I love it dearly, but I think all Final Fantasy games are kind of janky. A lot of it has to do with the translation. Yeah. Oh, I still love it. But literally, President Shinra is the mustache-twirling evil villain. All he has to do is go blah ha ha ha, and that would be the quintessential thing for him to do. Just go blah ha ha ha. I mean, they literally made Barrett Mr. T. They made Tifa just a pair of boobs. Cloud is a lot more personable than what today's opinion of Cloud is. Cloud was never that, like, depressed, angry, emo kid that everyone wants him to be in the games today. He's kind of goofy. I mean, he cross-dresses to save Tifa. He's a goofball. Gonna bust him up. Oh, I got enough health. I'm good. He shot me with his butt gun. They can call it a rear gun, but it's a butt gun. This is the other problem with this game. The battles are very, very slow and methodical. That did not do a lot of damage. I might want to heal. Or kill her. Oh, either way. Just kill her now. Oh, hey, that was a ton of damage. That might be like the end of the battle. Yep. I guess that's that. Lightning doesn't do good. Braver does all. And that's how you one-hit kill a boss. Played this game for hundreds of hours. I beat it twice. I probably played it 140 hours. So I know most of the stuff. I played 12 the most. Nah. I know people that I've seen it done before, but no. This game's not difficult to... Like, this game's not hard. There's literally no reason to farm anything. I hate the mini games. I hate them with a passion. If I remember correctly, it gave me like conniptions trying to get Cloud's final whatchamacallit limit break. I like wanted to cry. I mean, I wanted to sit there and cry. Tried hard to be your friend. The gold saucer, it just... Oh, trying to grind that out to get his Omnilash was just the worst. I wanted to like pull my hair out. I did it, and I was like happy I did it, and never wanted to do it again. And now I'm probably gonna end up doing it again. Oh yeah, I totally did it. When I got Final Fantasy VII for the PlayStation 1, my mom bought me the what is it, the strategy guide in June, and didn't buy me the actual game itself until Christmas. And gave the PlayStation to my brother for his birthday in October. So the first thing I had was the strategy guide, which I read through like 473 times before I played it. And then I got the PlayStation, but it ended up becoming my brother's, and I got the Nintendo 64. And then I didn't get Final Fantasy VII until Christmas. So I'd go over to my friend's house, and that's how I first played Final Fantasy VII. We'd go over there and we'd take turns playing the different... Like, after each major story point, we'd swap. That was the other thing about Final Fantasy VI for the Super Nintendo. Final Fantasy VI lets you co-op the battles. Your friends could actually hook up controllers and control the other characters, which could lead to some very interesting battles. Because if they didn't do what you wanted them to, it caused fights. That was conflict. See, the only reason people think Cloud's a jerk is because they always choose the jerk option. You were the slum drunk. I've never been able to be a jerk in a video game. I don't have it in me. I just don't. Oh yeah, no, I know who Barrett is. You can use the regular names. I know who they are. Yes. I've been on a date with all of them. I've been on a date with Barrett, Tifa, and Aerith and all of them. Yeah. It's interesting to go on the date with Barrett, because you really have to try to be a jerk. And I actually did not finish that playthrough. Because it didn't make sense. To be mean to Aerith because... And I call her Aerith, I don't call her Aeris. Because her name is Aerith. But I don't think it's... like... it makes sense to be mean to her. The story pretty much tells you, oh, be nice. And you have to go out of your way to be a jerk to her, so I don't. See, I don't call her that. What do I always end up calling you? It doesn't matter. You die anyway. That's not how you spell it, but yeah. She's not gonna live through most of the game anyway. Oh yeah, spoiler for a game that came out in 1997. Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father. Bruce Willis is dead in The Sixth Sense. Also, she called him it. I know it's hard to see in the sprite, but his eyes get really big when she says that. Like it stuns him. That's the I miss the sprite work of the old Super Nintendo games when this came out. This was the first one I played, but then I went back and played Anthology and Origins, and it just oh man, I miss sprites. I actually I like the Turks. If you haven't, check out the Team 4-star Final Fantasy VII Abridged. It starts out really goofy, but oh my god, does it get emotional. It's so good. Like, I did not expect it to be good. Yes, all the flowers were walked on by the Turkleton. Now I'm gonna make Aerith fight everything, because that's how I do. She is not in my party, by the way. She does not stay in my party. She gets no love. Thank God she's level 10. I think I can do this without... That's a Final Fantasy IX thing. Stealing. They literally incorporated it into every game mechanic. Nice. And then she died. Like, it's like Tella from Final Fantasy IV. You build him up, and then he died. Tella dies in Final Fantasy IV. Another spoiler. Except, you didn't get attached to Tella because he was an old man and not a pretty girl. And his stats got worse as he leveled up. Like, legitimately, his stats would go down. I never got her best limit break. Like, she's one... I literally... I never played with her because I didn't like her, and she's the white mage, so I should. Fight him. But this is the one game I don't like the white mage. Probably should have given her the bangle so I can use spells, but I don't need them. This is such an easy part of the game. I don't even mess with this. I did not want to fight you. This is why we leveled up before. Because Cloud carries team. Oh, okay. No, she's totally the white mage. It's just they kill her. It's like, oh, why did you kill the white mage? No, fight him. I used to do the barrel thing all the time, and then I realized, why do the barrel thing when I can just have her fight him? I don't use Yuffie to steal, I use Tifa. I always put Tifa as my thief. Then she has a weapon that gets... I was gonna say what happens when you hit the limit, but I guess that makes sense. La la la. Come on, Aerith, get up here. Yeah, but why would you want to one-shot the weapons? There are certain bosses I'd want to one-shot, but that's not one. The weapons really aren't that hard. The only time I'd want to one-shot the weapon is a ruby weapon. Because it's just... That would make more sense is to one-shot the ruby weapon, because... Oh my god, that could take forever otherwise. Yeah. You just have to go in with 2 dead party members. And then final attack Phoenix, and then you're back, and you're in the game. And then you 4 times Knights of the Round mime, game over. It's a very... It's a cheesy way to do it, but it's how you do it. The one thing I did not like about this game is ultimate weapons not having any materia growth stat. That always drove me nuts. If it's an ultimate weapon, why can't I improve my materia with them? So I'm curious if that got... I doubt that got fixed. I bet it didn't. It's all physical attack. Well, if you get rid of the timer from the underwater one, the emerald weapon, I mean, he's really actually kind of easy. He's not really hard at all once you get rid of the timer. It's all about the timer. And if you get the underwater materia, that's the end of that. It's just you accidentally run into him with your submarine sometimes, and it's like, oh, that was stupid. Now I'm gonna die. But you want cheesy super weapons, go play Final Fantasy 15. Because they took all the weapons from they took all the super bosses and turned them into time warping enemies in the final level. And then you actually fight the creator, or the head of Sony. He's like the final boss of Final Fantasy 15. Talk about cheese. Oh, your Final Fantasy XII Zodiac Age is worth playing. It is 100% worth playing. It is so much fun. The original Final Fantasy XII, not worth playing. Zodiac Age, play it. 13, don't ever play it. Don't waste your time. Wash your ears out for hearing about Final Fantasy 13. That's because they're set in the same world. They're both set in Ivalice. I think 12 is before Tactics in the timeline. But the nice thing about 12 was there was no main character. Everyone hates the little kids, but you don't ever have to play with them. There's no main character except Balthier, and he's the best. He's best boy. But I'm a sucker for games with job systems. If Final Fantasy V's main character wasn't named Butts in the American version, I'd be all over it. I love me some jobs. And I don't mind characters in Final Fantasy having Path of Exile. I have. At first I thought it was a Diablo clone, like a ripoff, and then after playing it for a while, it's better than Diablo. But man, does it... Talk about a time sink. That is a time sink. Path of Exile, you get your money's worth. That is a long game. I mean, I've only been playing Final Fantasy VII here for 2.5 hours. You can beat Final Fantasy VII in 40 hours easily. It's not a difficult game. You won't get everything done, but you'll beat the main story, and Sephiroth he's kind of a pushover. I was actually disappointed with Sephiroth after fighting the weapons. But yes, Path of Exile literally just never ends. Let's see. I already talked to you. Rough. One thing I will give credit to this game is this is what introduced most Americans, me, to Final Fantasy and turn-based RPGs. So they had to get this right, and they did. No, just you know what I mean. This is the game that made RPGs in America a thing. RPGs were not a thing in America. I am America. That was worth doing. Pick up some potions I'll never use. America! America! I didn't want to open your freezer. The controller made me. I should buy another lightning rod. Let's buy 2 more of you. Okay. I don't want to buy too much because there's a limit. I think it's like 250 spells. Yeah, right. An hour and 24 minutes on this game. But I was playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey for 3.5 hours before that, so in general, I've been streaming. I'm on TikTok more than I am on Twitch. I do lives there. Twitch, I've been streaming for like a month. I beat Final Fantasy 15 on stream, and then uploaded all the VODs to YouTube. So that's pretty much my what I've done in this channel in terms of stuff. How long until you get some more info? I don't know. I don't even pay attention to this channel. I don't really pay attention to the Twitch channel that much. I only started it just to, like... I didn't even know it was a thing. I didn't even know it was a thing, to be honest. Links to TikTok, YouTube. I'll look at it later. I'd play every... My goal is actually to go through all the Final Fantasy games. Like I said, I beat 15. When they release 1 through 6 on Steam, pixelated, I will stream those probably. I don't like the art style. I hate how 6 plays on Steam. I won't play 6 on Steam. So I'll wait for the pixelated version. And hope for the best. But yeah, I like Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy IX is my second favorite Final Fantasy game of all time, behind 12 Zodiac Age. I loved 9 more than any of the PlayStation games. I love Final Fantasy IX. That's right. Really? A lot of people actually, when it first came out, didn't like it. Because they were all on the hype train for Final Fantasy X on the PlayStation 2. And Final Fantasy VIII left really bad taste in people's mouths. Yeah, see, most people hate Final Fantasy VIII. I got to the 4th disc in Final Fantasy VIII, and just stopped playing. Most people don't like Final Fantasy VIII because the monsters level up with you, and it's actually detrimental to level up in the game. So most people don't like doing it. I leveled up to 100 and didn't have any issues. It's just a lot of people didn't like Squall, and Zell literally was just like Mike Tyson. Even down to the facial tattoo. Punch it. But I love Zell. Zell's probably one of my favorite characters in any Final Fantasy game. Because he gets so excited and then so heartbroken. So heartbroken when he doesn't get his hot dogs. Zell was my best boy. Until Balthier came out. But the thing is, Squall's kind of annoying because it was a bad translation. And so instead of being able to translate his thoughts, all they did was put whatever. Oh, I didn't worry about leveling. I just got it to level 100 because it was a thing to do. But yeah, the translation was bad in Final Fantasy VIII, and they didn't know how to translate all of Squall's thoughts. So instead of trying to figure out what he was saying, they just put whatever. Because they only had 2 years to develop the game. And then they had 2 years to develop the game and then release it and after translating it. So they had to develop it, produce it, translate it, and release it all in 2 years. Because it came out in 1999. Or was it 98? It might have been a year after. It was not long after Final Fantasy VII. They rushed 8 out pretty quick. Yeah, no, it did. And I feel bad for it. Also, time compression was dumb. And honestly, I think I would have rather had Laguna been the main character. He had a very interesting story. And he's probably Squall's dad. But he had such a good story. It was so heartbreaking to watch him struggle to talk to the woman he loves, and then just kind of be that shy nerd guy that there's a lot of people that could probably relate to that, and they're like, nope, it's Squall. The other main point that people didn't like was everybody's from the same orphanage. Oh, you gotta enjoy that part. I loves the Squall. Oh, no, not Squall, the Laguna. Yes, the orphanage was dumb. I don't think anybody in their right mind can say the orphanage was a good idea. That's right. Those GFs, they take all your memories away. Unless they don't. That would actually be a good challenge run. I'm actually curious. Did he succeed? Because wow, that's rough. That'd be a hard way to play the game. You'd be relying a lot on weapons and items, and wow, you couldn't even there's certain abilities you couldn't even do. Oh man, that would suck. He would. I would be so sad. He would only have the attack function. He wouldn't have access to items or magic or anything. He could only attack ever. Man, what a challenge run. That'd be a challenge run. I bet people have done it, but man, that would be rough. I also wasn't a huge fan of the card game after new rules started coming in and math started like becoming calculus to figure out who won which hand. The card game was amazing when it was simple, but as soon as they started adding in complex rules, it just absolutely drove me up the wall. You would have to abuse the bug of reducing your HP limit to range, open CD cover, spamming triangle. I never needed to do that. The game... I told you, I leveled up to level 100. The game was easy for me. Like, everyone said don't level up, and I leveled up to 100, and everything was easy. Like, Final Fantasy VIII to me was just a breeze. It almost was to the point that it was boring. The card game was good up until they started adding, like, calculus into the rules. If you go to certain areas, like, the rules became so complicated. Who was the trio in Final Fantasy VIII? Squall, and then it would depend on what I was doing. Either like it would depend like what I was doing at the time. It'd be Quistis or Selphie would swap out, and I always kept Zell in there for damage. Because Quistis is blue magic, you could end super bosses fairly easily. Gosh darn it! No, I didn't want to do that. I forgot I used my directionals. Old PlayStation controls aren't the same as they are on the Xbox. There we go. Go down. But yeah, I always used, like, when the bosses came, I'd use Quistis for blue magic. Regular mobs, I'd use Selphie, because she had the best healing limit in the game with full cure. And then Zell, you could spam his limit and just absolutely wreck everything. Like, game over. If you could put the combos in fast enough, that was the end. That's how I beat the game, was with Zell's. I'd use Aura on Zell, and that was the end of it. That's how I beat like all the weapons in that game. Bahamut, what's her face, Adia. Yeah, it was a bit. I didn't hate Final Fantasy VIII. I just didn't think it was that good because it was rushed. The music was awesome. That was one thing I liked about Final Fantasy 15. It let you buy soundtracks, like for because you rode around your car, you could buy all the soundtracks for all the old games and listen to those. And then they gave you an MP3 player in game to listen to them. Not with like actual money, but like gil. So you'd spend like 100 gil and you'd get Final Fantasy VIII soundtrack, or Final Fantasy 6s or 7s or whatever. I forgot to put magic on you. Oops. Yeah, you're gonna get hit. I done screwed up. The music in Final Fantasy VII's not as good as Final Fantasy VI. Better than Final Fantasy V. I need to equip. Not status. Equip. Titan. Can't wait for accessory. Jeez Louise. Fire. Nice. Lightning. Nice. Restore. Yeah, that's fine. What's my Gil look? Ooh. Off stream, I'll have to level that up a bit. She's such a brat. Won't I be in the way? Yep, you'll totally be in the way. You brat. Yeah, I know. The one thing I liked about the Final Fantasy VII Remake was the alternate timeline thing and the potential that they have with bringing certain characters back from not being dead anymore. That could be interesting, but the downside is I don't know what they're going to do with it. Because they've completely changed the game now. Which is good, because I didn't want to play the same game again. If I want to play Final Fantasy VII, I have this. I don't need to... They didn't need to remake Final Fantasy VII beat for beat. It's nice to see the differences. You wanted to play the same game again? There were a lot of people that did, and I wasn't one of them. I was like, I kind of hope they do something different. The side quests were a little much, like a lot, but actually I was kind of curious how they do the wonder, like this part. The cross-dressing and everything. I was a fan of the remake, but I don't know if I'd play a second one or the second game. I like Final Fantasy VII, but I'm glad they went a different direction, because it's neat to see a different story potentially, because they really screwed up the movie. Like, the movie was terrible. It was just an excuse to play with Sephiroth. You didn't miss anything, trust me. It was literally an excuse to play with Sephiroth. But this is where I'm going to end it. I've been streaming actually for almost 5 hours today, so I need a break. I don't know what I'll be doing tomorrow, because I work in the evenings, so I stream when I can. But this has been fun. I'm gonna go take a rest, because 5-6 hours of streaming in a day is enough. So I'll see you later. Have a good one.